All right, here we go. I am pretty excited for what I've got going on this morning. It's gonna be a good day. This whole week, quite frankly, is going to be a good week because they've got me somewhere where I know a lot about what's going on, and there's enough not going on that it feels good, if that makes any sense at all. There's just less excitement, and I can appreciate that more. Next week and the week after are going to be very exciting, and I'm going to appreciate that a lot less. And so, but I need to remember that at one point in time, I did all of these things on my own, and so therefore I can do all of those things again. And I think just the idea of it on the surface is what's intimidating, but when I get in there and get my groove going, I don't think it'll be so bad. But yeah, it'll be an interesting little time to figure out and to see kind of what everybody's dealing with and what's happening there. I look forward to it. But I try not to spend too much time on here talking about yucky work stuff. I only have 17 minutes left on this camera. I'm getting to the point now where I need to just buy new, what's the word I'm looking for? I need to just buy new, SD cards, because like as I film things that I deem in my mind to be irreplaceable, I don't delete them even though I've backed them up. And so as a result, I eventually will fill up what is on these SD cards because I have filmed and taken so many pictures. And like my new camera, it's fun to take pictures with. I like doing that. The mode that I take pictures with oftentimes records video and then will take snapshots of whatever I took a picture of. And it's interesting, but I don't, it's interesting to me, but I don't fully know that I need to like take a video every time I need to take a picture, and I'm sure there's a way to not do that. There's so many different modes on this camera that like I really need to try and understand which mode is which and what feature does what and all of that fun stuff. But for the most part, I am just taking pictures with it and having a grand old time. But I need to figure out if that's like the function that I'm going to keep using or what function I'm going to keep using. But like I have this old camcorder that I've been using now in the car for a while, and I've got the new camera, and I see that's the thing with the videos that I just recorded. I recorded them from different angles, and I feel like they were both like really cool shots, and I probably could have benefited from chopping them up a little more. I've gotten lazy in my editing in that I used to watch the videos and then I would cut them up in accordance to what made sense for the content. But now I just kind of like, it's been about 3 minutes, I should probably cut. Oh, it's been about 3 minutes, I should probably cut. And it gets me through the editing process a lot faster. It probably doesn't make for a better video, so to speak, but it at least gets me to where I need to be. But it's interesting as I monitor this ad program for Compression Man, and I start getting comments in and stuff, and some people are actually being decently encouraging with their comments, and they're like, wow, like, it's a shame that this isn't more popular because it's actually pretty good. And I was like, wow, thank you, that means a lot. And so we'll see. Hopefully this will be the start of something bigger, something special, something better, but only time will tell. We're in the second week of June now, and I might finally be starting to spend money again, but I feel like I've done really well to stay away from unnecessary spend. I got away from the book advertising costs, and I instead embraced the animation advertising costs, which is fine, except I don't know that I was supposed to cut out all unnecessary spend this month to see how well I could do. And advertising cost is technically unnecessary spend, but since Compression Man literally just came out this month, like, this is the opportune month to do it. And so I will probably just eat that and let it do its thing, and then we'll hit the ground running again in July. I probably won't save quite so fierce in July as I did this month, but that's just part of the game. I needed this month to really level set, to reset everything, and then July, I don't know, I'm not intending to go crazy just spending money for the sake of spending money in July, but I can be a little more loose after I've proven that I can kind of get things back under control. And I think the excessive spending is really what I feel like I need to get my hands on, and it's the expensive spending. Like, the things that I want now that I'm an adult are not cheap, and I went through a good phase the first half of this year where I was just spending stuff just to spend stuff, and that wasn't a smart way to be. I also need to figure out what I'm going to do about another savings account, because the savings account that I have right now has a good chunk of change in it, but it won't let me deposit anything into it because I go through this like third-party banking software thing, and the bank that originally I had an account with hold their services off of the platform, but they remain to this day the one with the best interest rate. And so I'm pretty much just going to leave that account alone until something changes with it. And then when something changes, I will transfer it back, and then I will sit on it or whatever. But it's just interesting. It's interesting to me because, like, I can't add anything to it myself, and so I'm just kind of stuck dealing with that. And eventually I keep saying eventually I will do something with stocks as well. I really should get into that and put X amount of dollars in there every paycheck as well. Really start making my money work for itself and seeing where it can go. And that's kind of the goal of this month here, is to level set so I can have money to play with, and then just kind of walk from there. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, the goal is to get the savings back to normal, maybe figure out something with an additional high yield savings account, and then also work on getting stocks going, all the while working on Compression Man and the other things that I enjoy dabbling in, until eventually getting somewhere in life that I want to be. I mean, technically I'm already somewhere in life that I want to be. That's not necessarily anything new, but we'll see what life has in store for me. And that's just the way that this goes. This man in front of me is going very slowly, so I need to get over. That's what I'll do. But yeah, so it'll be interesting. Hopefully, like I said, this month will continue to be a successful one in terms of knocking out what I need to knock out and not spending every dime that I have or having to dip into savings even. It'll probably get close at the end of this week. So the current thing I'm working on with Compression Man is set to be done this weekend, and then we'll start another one around the same time. So I think my biggest financial hit that's yet to happen will happen then. My mortgage hasn't come out yet, which it'll come out in a couple of days. And then so between the mortgage and those two things, I should be still sitting in a pretty nice place. And so hopefully I can get that in a good place and we can start kind of moving from there. There was two pretty large, and I keep going back to that whenever I look at like payments, but I feel like there was two pretty large payments that came out of my check early on this year that I won't, or this time around, that I won't be worrying about next time. But like I feel like every month I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't have to do that, but I had to do this instead, or I didn't have to do this, but I did that instead. And it's like nice to have a month where everything just went according to plan. But I feel like, as we all know, the adult world isn't quite like that. I think I just realized that I forgot my water. I wonder if I left it at work, because I didn't have it at the gym either. And I definitely had it at work yesterday. And I don't think I had it at home. So I wonder if I left it at work, which is fine. I can deal with that. But yeah. So yeah, hopefully this month continues to progress in a positive way and I get myself level set as I'd hoped to do. And then I can kind of loosen the grip on my spending a little bit. Like I'm not going to go completely and utterly free and be like, I'm just going to spend whatever the heck I want to spend. But I also don't need to really monitor so strictly what I'm doing. So, see what happens. We'll see how the time goes. Like I said, so far I'm pretty happy with where I am with this content. And I think that I will continue to succeed there. And then when the time comes, I will come out of the shell just a little bit. I had a pretty substantial... what's the word I'm looking for? I had a pretty substantial like financial plan written up, and I keep writing them up but this one that I wrote up, I think I've been able to stick to a lot better, and so I will use that model to continue going forward and monitoring expenses and all that fun stuff. And we'll see where the world takes us and what we've got going on from then on and so forth. I need to look and see where I stand currently, because I don't think it's in a bad place, but I always like to check at least weekly where my finances stand. Because like I said, I think I only have like the two more. The next minute of the finishing of Compression Man and the next minute of Compression Man will be like some decently sized chunks for me to get out of the way. And then there's of course the mortgage, which mortgage should hit sometime this week. This is the 10th. It may not hit till like closer to Friday, because it's the 15th I think that it comes out. So if Monday was the 10th, then today's the 11th. Wednesday would be the 13th. Thursday would be the 14th, so yeah, Friday. It probably will hit Friday. So yeah, this weekend will be the next big hit on things. It'll hit Friday, and then it'll hit over the weekend, and then hopefully from there we can coast until July. And like I said, hopefully I can coast at a number that's pretty close to where I want to be. Not really sure what else I have going on there, but yeah, it'll be, like I said, I think I'm in a good place, and I'll just keep on kind of riding it until I get to where I want / and or need to be, and then keep that going. And yeah, get to a good place so that I don't feel like I'm falling behind or losing footing, because that was the biggest thing, is I was losing grounds quite consistently. I was like, I need to stop doing this. I am taking out more than I am putting in, and that is a problem. And so that's me this morning. I did not come at you expecting to talk about finances the whole time, but here I am. And I have exactly 0 seconds left on my SD card. Wah! Bye.